How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
Alright, so I'm here to talk a little bit about compassion. So I graduated from UCLA this past June, and I was at a point in my life after taking the MCAT, after getting my letters of recommendation, to kind of explore the world, because I've been living in Orange County my whole life. So I wanted to get a sense of what was out there. I've been to Pakistan, I've been to different countries, just to visit maybe for a short, brief time. But in that brief time, you really don't get a sense of, immersion. You don't get the sense of the other. So I decided that I wanted to go travel abroad and serve in underserved communities, and I chose Peru to go abroad. At first, my parents were not the happiest people when I decided to do that. They were like, Peru, beta, this is very dangerous. It's Colombia. I'm like, it's very safe, mother. Don't you worry. I did my research. So after much deliberation, talking, I convinced my parents to go to Peru. So I embarked on my journey in January, and I just came back in April. And now I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience. So I went to Peru not only to, serve underserved communities, to beef up my ass for med school, but also to immerse myself in the culture. So I got a chance to practice my Espanol, and it was great because although I stumbled at the beginning, I took it in high school. They always encourage me over there to keep going. They tell me no te preocupes, meaning don't worry. And they smile, although sometimes I play the wrong things, but it didn't matter. I got to work in clinics, and people were so accepting of me, although I was from a different culture. Although at times they didn't know where I was from, they kept calling me Israeli or Brazilian. But I took it. Like over here, everyone knows I'm Pakistani or Indian. I look fairly like that, so it was nice to embrace that. Like, claro, I'm yeah, so I got to go around the city. I was actually stationed in Cusco, and it was a great city of 400,000 people. It wasn't too big. And people took great pride in their city. They were just fairly clean. People would be more willing to help you. They wouldn't try to cheat you out of prices. But although you did have to haggle, that's something I did pick up. And I tried to haggle for prices and that was something I did pick up on there. So that was great. Taxes were less than $1. Can't do the same over here where everything was so spread out. That was also very great to have. But more importantly, just in the clinic, it was a chance for me to grow as a person. Kind of to learn about the other, and a tool set I could possibly use in the future in my own quest, not only as a person, but in my professional field as well. Now, I firmly believe that empathy is the key to compassion. When you take a sincere gesture, when you take sincere effort to learn about the other, and that's such as an event like today, where we are gathered today from a diverse group, different backgrounds, engaging in dialogue. You're attempting to learn about the other, and that's key to empathy. And empathy, I feel, is the key to compassion, where we can understand our differences and embrace those differences, and even bridge gaps or even find, great similarities that we didn't perceive before. In my time in Peru, I may not even scratch the surface to, help the country rise with poverty or even, health problems. But what I did get was sustainability in mind, and the passion that I received from my own profession and compassion that I may use in the future. And that helped me. It may be a bold declaration to say that I'm a completely new person. That's too bold. But what I can say is this: I've wised up a little bit more, and I thank my parents every day for allowing me, although it was a pretty hard fight, I'll tell you that, to get them to let me go on this experience abroad for 3 months. So, as this is a Mother's Day event, I will say, although my mother's not here today, that, because of her understanding and because of the way she raised me, I'm very glad that she allowed me on this opportunity. And I encourage all those, whether they be an undergraduate or they graduate and want to take some time off, to allow your kids to go abroad. They get to not only learn a different language or a different culture, but they also wise up and they learn something about themselves, about other people. So when they go, pursue their passions, their professions, they come in with a new perspective, and they're able to understand, all sorts of varying angles and help in their own careers. So that's my whole spiel of compassion. So thank you for your time.